And even though it's low range, you've got that Rise to back you up. You've got a double DPS threat with the front line, and because they're all melee, you could still hit that damage. I would have
the way we like to play things in Korea, which is very safe. As we are going in onto aiming, who doesn't flash the stun, does flash after the fact. And Peter
Here comes Willer, though.
And a Valkyrie forward, trying to add some extra damage, and now Peter's just dead. First blood goes over to Andil, and the flash forward from Willer. That's a red buff ticking, but it's not going to be enough slow to get deokdam down.
B2 incident for the DN Soopers, as Sharvel's going to try to turn it around here in mid.
Oh, there's a lot of damage from the Kiana. Ucal getting very low. Flash forward, and he misses! No, Sharvel!
He said he was confident.
If he hits the Q and just kills the Rise and gets away, I mean, I think he's totally fine. As now we have a Rise coming on to kill deokdam as Willer gets into the party as well. deokdam very low, will tick down.
Red buff, by the way.
Damage of Ucal's red buff.
Oh, no! Game we would have otherwise liked. Got it a little bit in that mid gang, but wasn't really happy with the...
As everybody's in the pit at the moment. But top laner's also coming down. In goes Willer, just going to get ulted in the river, as now an ult in from Clozer. They're trying to take out the kill on a Willer, and they will be able to get it as he goes in and tries to get one of the grubs, and he does get punished for it.
Yeah, really nice punish to come through here for DNS. I mean, the core of this, like you said, is they grouped. They were set up. Well, they made a really heavy commitment to this fight.
You have three, right?
Yes.
I don't know if we're really qualified to talk about dogs in this manner, but Frog, or rather DuDu, is going to be going down here in the 1v2. Nice little gank coming up.
He wanted to be able to snowball this game. We see Kiana into Jarvan a lot because sometimes you can just turn. Kiwoom DRX is starting to read like, hey, I think some people are walking away. The Yone pushes the top wave, and there's that TP back here for the Rumble. Interrupted.
Yeah, it's interrupted, so it's just going to be a taunt flash coming on in. Sharvel trying to hit an ultimate, gets super low, and just dies to aiming. So not the best Kiana move I've ever seen, but a nice little ultimatum onto Willer at least secures the kill but he picks up the eye.
That was a clean move. Oh, deokdam.
Yeah, he just Valkyrie'd over that wall, but thankfully, oh, no. Ucal says enough with the blast cones, but there's going to be a second one, and a flash here from deokdam gets him away.
He does get away, double gone at the state it was in. As Clozer has a friend here.
Ucal going to test his tankiness by just running in. He's got a Shen with him as well, and now Clozer in a bit of trouble, but trying to get that kill on a Ucal first. And now with the red buff, he's just going to town on both of these guys. Gonna miss that Q3, but he still hits the next Q to take down Andil, as Peter with a nice little donation up in the top lane, and that means that Kiwoom DRX actually get the cleanup in the end.
Yeah, Peter tries to go in there, gets rooted. The minion wave falls away, so he picks up turret aggro, and Ucal takes the kill. Frog interrupted that teleport. That's why I mentioned right before the fight that Frog actually has a little bit of extra agency, and it's rare to see a Rumble teleport get interrupted like that, because usually there's the Shen ultimate, which buys a ton of time. deokdam is coming up. Sorry, not deokdam. Aiming is coming up.
Yeah.
And
we got a third Drake on the way, by the way.
This is a big fight.
Kiwoom DRX are set up on this, and Sharvel can't get in. I think he's just a little bit too squishy. He's going to try, but not going to commit to the bit. As now they're going to look for the engage after the dragon was taken, and Peter's just going in and dying as the ult's not going to do a whole lot, and now Sharvel is exhausted in the backline. He's going to go down, and now it's a 5v3 in favor of Kiwoom DRX, and they're just taking him down one by one as DNS are going in by one by one. And now deokdam's going to be isolated. It's a very messy fight, and Kiwoom DRX, they just hold their ground.
Not going to get the blast cone this time. No flash from the previous play. Down he goes. So just a whole lot of value here for Kiwoom DRX, and their comp is just truly well rolling down the hill.
Yeah. I mean, 10 stacks.
Sante, and he has some teammates coming down, so I don't know if DNS should fully send it here.
Frog is just going to go in, try to pull Peter over and get a little bit closer to his team. But eventually it is a lot of gold that goes to the pockets of DuDu.
Here's Ucal with ult coming up.
Sharvel goes in Viz, but eventually he just dies.
There's no turret.
The rotation comes in, and now the Realm Warp is there. Gonna just go directly into them. They say, we are far enough ahead to just pull the trigger. deokdam is going down, actually, from miles away to the red buff of Ucal, and they clean him up in the bottom lane.
And that's what I was saying. I mean, you thought you found a Cassante, DNS. It's him. Is that because it was him down there? He didn't get the turret, but he just got it right now.
Yeah. Sharvel's trying to do a thing again, as I saw an ult go into the wind. and this time the Feather. I've definitely seen better Kianas in my time, as DNS trying to come in here and stop the Baron from going down, but Frog is the gatekeeper and is just going to push them away. They don't even bother going in, knowing that they won't have a chance.
So I want to remind everyone of the stakes, and we're going to do it a little bit more throughout the rest of this game and this series, but, well, after this team fight, deokdam, no flash.
deokdam, no flash, no Valkyrie. He's just in the Cataclysm and just dies, and so does his lane mate there,
It's
Peter.
over. If they reverse sweep, by the way, their chances are not in their control, and an extra game win here for the Kiwoom DRX are going to just bounce back after this one, as it's 24 minutes and a 6,000 gold lead here nearly, and they're breaking open the base.
No, not like this! As Ucal, he went for Zonius. He doesn't even need the actualizer. I think that's actually a good call. When you're this fed at this point in the game, you can do stuff like that. You can flash under the turret, and there's no way for DNS to punish you. As the Realm are maybe a little bit over-aggressive, but honestly, I feel like they can do whatever they want at this point. As the taunt's going to come in, Clozer gets pushed away, and they have a wave now. Equalizer's going to be pretty good. Well, it was for a little bit, until it wasn't. As now Root's going to come down, DNS are just going to send it. Clozer hits a nice ult, but the wallets are just a bit too heavy, and aiming is so fed as well at this point. The two carries of Kiwoom DRX just rip them apart.
So I guess they can just push to end, actually. Maybe when I said it earlier, I should have stuck with the reality of the situation. I don't think they can end at 23. It's a long push and a long fight, but actually, Valdez, maybe they can.
Yeah. Oh no, Clozer. I mean, look at the damage of Ucal. This is absolutely disgusting right now. As Sharvel, he hit an ult into the inhibitor, and well, now he's dead. But they did get Ucal.
All right, they stopped the push.
Yeah, they were having a bit of fun. I don't think they had to go that crazy with the push.
All right, so if I had to ask on the push, so DuDu's going to have to answer that, and that means that this is going to eventually go down this turret. If anybody died, the game just ends instantly. Willer has GA and is not phased by Sharvel.
He's like, God, you guys really have to delay this back? I mean, you're not going to get me, so. Looking for Clozer. Exhaust comes out from aiming as he wants to kill. He's got Andil with him. Flash on in just to kill Clozer. And I mean, I guess at this point you can just expend everything to try to end this game as quickly as possible. As a flash on in, it is going to get him with the taunt. deokdam in a lot of trouble, flashes away, immediately dies, and they are really just trying to ham-fist this one. And they do not care. Chemtech Soul and 8,000 gold lead.
Hey, game win time matters for some weird tiebreaker scenarios later on. So, I mean, you got to end it as fast as possible in a close group like the Rise group. And I think they are going to succeed. They didn't get it in 24, but in 28, this base is in tatters, and the Nexus should fall.
Yeah, might as well just end it here. Ucal takes a 9th kill for the road, and they will take their first game here.
Sharvel, man, his face on this one. Because the course of this game, based on in this draft here for DNS with the Yorick, assuming nothing goes wrong, there's at least on the other side, so things often do. But if you do get to that late game that you said Rise teams.
Look at this Hex flash over the wall, and Peter has no idea that the Lee Sin is over here. Peter, no flash, and he is about to go down as the flash forward here from Willer wants to make sure there's no time to get an extra shield or anything.
And the mid lane doesn't have his ultimate, but they don't really need it now to secure. Isn't in time as, man, Andil is, I don't know. At first I was saying, like, this is looking good, but now I'm starting to worry. Okay, they're going to make a TP player. Ucal with his ult back up.
deokdam is so dead. Like, he is running into the enemy team because he just knows there's no way for him to get away as the zoning TP helps out, and Willer picks up a 2nd kill.
So far, just haven't seen Sharvel make an impact anywhere.
Not pressed it yet.
It's going to take a while for Willer to get here, but he is on his way down. Frog also has flash.
It's taking a little bit too long. Frog is just running into deokdam and down the river. He's like going on a little journey. And now the slow into the... Oh man, the bullet time getting a lot of value here, keeping them around. And now Willer, the Impale only goes on to Andil, and now Willer's getting in there. There's 5 members at DNS here, so they do have to be careful. Frog is kind of disengaged. Ucal does not really care. Can't really kill the Yorick though, so no kill pressure there. The Impale is nice, actually, buffered, but that is onto Elite Sin as Willer just hops away. The taxis onto the flashing Nautilus. So just a trade of a little bit of abilities here.
This is
Sharvel
before Herald fight as well, so Andil going down could be huge if they can get him.
Gonna throw an ult into them, and now Peter taking so much damage. Frog gets in and sets up the kill onto Sharvel, but he does trade another one into Sharvel, who has both the kills right now for DNS. Aiming, flashing forward, but the shield from the Q is enough, and now DuDu gets the kill. Look at the health bars on DNS. They all survive, and DuDu lines it up and kills him.
Can Willer get this Herald alone? It looks like he will. The health bars for DNS are just too low as Herald take, as Willer was actually interested in scrapping with him potentially. DuDu gets a lot of plate money here, and just like that, DNS.
There's a karma here, but the Q, no! He didn't even have the dragon kick. He just hit a Q, and that was the end of DuDu.
Oh, karma should have just been silent about that one. You know?
Good mechanics there from Willer, as you can expect. Now they have the Rift Herald, they can use it for the battle. TP is coming in. Sharvel maybe trying to get aiming, and he will be able to, but the engage already comes in. The kick is there on a Clozer who's already dead, but so is aiming, so a trade of carries already. DuDu on the left is going to be assassinated by 2, and now Willer gets in there trying to take out Peter, and it looks like the man advantage here to Kiwoom DRX is enough, but the smite is good for Sharvel, so at least they get that and deny the soul point, but a lot of gold going to the pockets of Kiwoom DRX right now as Frog picks up another one.
So they don't get soul point, but they get the gold lead back. And I think members of Kiwoom DRX, if Willer doesn't hit this Q, maybe he does get out, but he does, so he dies.
Oh, we got a hook on a Peter. Just trying to ward, but he's alone. Goes out before Sharvel comes out of the base, and that's going to lead to his doom.
So DNS
Fight wasn't really able to join the snowball. As now DuDu's alone down on the bottom side, has Sharvel coming over to try to help him. Willer not doing a whole lot of damage to the tanky DuDu, but eventually they do take him down, and Willer is continuing on this one. A lot of sustain, at least, on this Lee Sin, who's 4-0-4 with 2 items.
It's a 2-item silver, but there's a lot of Kiwoom DRX here. I do not think DNS should continue to contest. I do not think they should continue to contest.
What? No! You don't have to do that to Peter. I know he's not having the best game, but
Top 10 anime betrayals! DuDu and Peter, they were supposed to be the duo to get KTO Worlds trophy. They were supposed to be the one.
Sharvel was backing in the bush. It's just bonus kill after bonus kill. Like, what are we doing here?
I cannot. It's hard. I am a commentator. It is what I have been doing for the last 15 years here in Korea, but sometimes it's really difficult to explain how you feel about a situation, and then you just start yelling at the teams that can't hear you. You go into a chaotic casting state where you're really just trying to tell them what's coming to them, but they can't hear you, and then suddenly DuDu sends Peter away, and
it's like watching a train crash in slow motion. Ult's down on Kiwoom DRX, but a big Aurora ult is still going to do a lot from this far ahead.
Whole year on the line, one big fight on this dragon.
Yeah, they don't necessarily have to fight this one, but they're going to try as everybody is in the mixer. Clozer disappears without even getting to press any buttons. And now Sharvel here alone. Only 2 members left of DNS. One of them is going to take a Hex Gate, and the other is just going to maybe wait for the Hex Gate. DNS get the Drake and are looking for the Baron.
That's it. That was the tragedy of it. You had a rough year. You're 2-18. Can't blame one bad series. Got to blame 18 of them. Well, 19, I suppose, now.
I mean, actually could make it, and perhaps with just that little bit of extra pressure, it's just too much for them. Ucal, no ults and no flash, so he is probably going to be going down. That's a nice shutdown here for DuDu. Rise in that first game where he absolutely took over. Now he's playing Aurora. They're looking for aiming, and they're going to get a nice impale on him. He's totally isolated, and basically a free kill. Takes a while to take him down, but that is worth for the DN SOOPers.
You know, we often say it only takes one fight to come back in a game like this. It does, you know, it's a tough fight to take with this game state, but got bounties up, you get a kill. Ucal's flanking again.
Oh no, he's gonna be caught mid-invis, has to drop an ult. At least there's no Skarner ult left. And the chase is difficult, but the Flash Mantra Q is enough. And a shovel to the face. DNS are stopping this Baron power play big time. DRX get this. It's going to be pretty massive. Andil looking to go to the top side of the fight, leaving Willer alone in the pit. And the kick comes in onto Sharvel, but that's a very tanky Skarner who's alone in the pit, and he gets the smite again! He's not gonna miss it, but a fight here. They get Peter, but a lot of damage is traded back. Big Impale, but it's only Sharvel in the pit. Well, at least they didn't give over the Hextech.
The game continues. Frog with a really... It's really tough. They're trying to pull a bit of an HLE here and just push mid. Not going to happen, though. They need to contest this Baron. Sharvel has Flash and Impale. He needs to find the right targets.
He's taking a lot of damage already. The flash hook comes in, and he does bumper it with a kick onto Clozer, gets some golden, and now they're looking for DuDu, who's so isolated, and all of his teammates are just running away. The Nautilus ultimate, huge value, sets up aiming as well as they pick up 3 kills, make it 4 actually, and they will push to ends.
And with this, Kiwoom DRX will rip the stakes out of DNS. There are none left. In an 0-2 loss, they will be eliminated from play-ins. They will be stuck and locked in 10th place. And the year of DNS ends here. Kiwoom DRX will take their 7th win of the season and move up to 7-14 in the Rise group.
Yeah, big win for them on the 2-0. Kiwoom DRX looking very strong with the addition of aiming. And I mean, to be honest today, DNS didn't put up the biggest fight, but they won their